Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome to another episode of another pod, Do Not Relent. I'm Slide Whistle.
'Tis I, Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I don't want to start this out like Underwatch, but I literally just saw that my girl, Brigitte, is getting her stun back in Season 4. And I just want to say, hoorah. Hell
It's also going to
yeah.
be a multi-target stun, and her shield is getting wider.
Hell yeah. QQ. Season 4 is going to be for me.
They nerfed Sigma, so who cares? Moving on to Embers of Naltharion, the new patch, coming soon, folks.
Coming very
since
soon.
we last recorded, we got official dates, and I'm talking about Embers of Naltharion, like the 10.1 patch being released on May 2nd, and Season 2, so like the Raid and Mythic Plus and all that opening on May 9th.
You know what? Maybe I am a fan of this new format. We'll see. I feel like the ebbs and flows feel a lot closer than being like so far apart like they used to be.
You know what I did notice, and this is nothing to do. I'm very happy as a World of Warcraft player, but I was listening to some old episodes. You know, their old strategy used to really allow us to do some goofball shit. Now, do you guys feel like we're too reputable of newsmen?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's totally the reason we haven't done the Tafabas yet, right?
Yes. Well, really, because it's like, when are we going to find the time? 10.1's coming. What's that? 2 weeks later, 10.8's coming.
Yeah, and like I feel like we, unlike most WoW players, we always kind of find things to do. So I barely even started my things to do list. I got my Bruffalon Elemental Overflow guy from the, I always want to say Waking Shores, from the Forbidden Reach.
Oh god, I do want to do that, but that's like the last thing I've done there. I've Forbidden reached the Zenith, I believe, and I have not gone there as much with alts, which is a shame because it is a zone I'm supposed to be going to with alts.
I will say, though, the vault and grinding out keys for the vaults, the Shakira vaults, it's kind of annoying on, like, one character, let alone two, and I, like, just got both my priest and my hunter's rings maxed out, and have multiple rings on both of them maxed out now, and I'm like, I don't want to do any more vaults.
I'm telling you, all you gotta do is just do that loop and the war crash. Just find a nice TV show, put it on for 30 minutes, and make that loop a couple times. You'll have so much overflow if you're not planning on buying that Bruffalon that you can get a lot of keys.
That's fair, but I guess I will say, right before we like really continue to go into WoW stuff, do you guys want to take a shot here at the beginning, because we have a review?
Yeah, we do have a review, and you know what? We always say that we're timely with keeping up with our reviews, but this one's a little in the past.
And by a little, you mean kind of a lot. This review was submitted in October of 2021. And I will say I do check every week to see if we have a review, and I missed this because this dude left this review on some app called Podcast Addict, and first off, I know that we're found everywhere, but like I've never heard of this one.
Yes, any Podcast Addict listeners out there, don't let Immune's disparaging words hurt you. Please keep listening on Podcast Addict. But I would love to know how the fuck you ended up on this website. Like, how'd you get there?
I'm going to guess, based on the content of this review, that you are no longer a listener. But if you are, can you let us know? Why do you use Podcast Addict? Do you still feel the way that you felt on October 2021?
So I guess I will just get right to it. This review is a 1-star review from Genocide. And Genocide said, oh, that's what it is. Okay. I only typed it earlier. It's spelled with a J and it like Gino and then SYDE.
The only footprint I could find of this person, which I won't do to everyone, just a 1-star is very interesting.
I think it's funny.
All that I know is that they were a horde and they were in a guild that they left. That's the only footprint I have of genocide. And who knows, it might not even be this person. They just spelt their toon's name the exact same.
Well, now there's another footprint here in the auditory sense of us taking a shot in honor of Genocide's 1-star review that just says, keep sucking in the copium.
Now, okay, what was the context of our episode? Like, what episode is this?
So this is in reference more than likely to episode 148, DNR Variety Hour, which I'm going to say, I listened to that, boy. I skimmed through it on a ×2. That definitely was a time where nothing was going on. We just did a lot of games and like DNR thoughts. There was nothing controversial at that time. And I'm trying to think, I mean, there have been so many controversies, but that doesn't seem to line up with any of like the real big ones. Like you could yell at us for still playing after the lawsuits came out or still playing after the Blitzchung thing. But I think they were just mad at us playing WoW, period.
Well, you know what? I'm going to keep sucking in the copium like I'm going to keep sucking in this vodka.
Yep, same here. Cheers, boys, and cheers to you, Genocide. Thanks for your 1-star review.
Yeah, honestly, I miss doing shots for reviews, so I'm glad that we dug this bad boy up. Thanks, Geno.
And you know what? We've received plenty of healthy 5s, which I love. Some nice, honest, humbling 4s. But we always said that we would do this, even if it was a 1-star, and I'm glad to finally prove ourselves correct.
Didn't we give our own podcast like 4 stars or 3 stars? I think we rated ourselves average.
I have rated the program in 2 separate ways throughout the years, and I did give us a 5, but that's when we were children, and then I did come back and give us a 4. I believe I, or someone I know personally, said they would remove a star for every week we didn't play our Horde characters, which we didn't for months. So that's like a -17 at that point.
Also, I want to double back. His name might not be Genocide. It could be like Genocide or Genocide. You know? You made a lot of assumptions.
What was happening?
It's an Irish woman. Her name's Jennifer Oside.
Genocide!
Which is wild. With my liberal use of Funcata Funcini, I would have thought the Italian community was coming after me, but not the Irish community.
You gotta play Hornswoggle's theme song underneath this.
It's been playing. That's the magic of editing. It's been happening since we said Jenna Oside.
All right, so that shot's down. Now time to move on to my other various liquids in front of me. Do I choose from one of 2 glasses of water, my cup of wine, or my tomato beer? Who knows?
Well, I've moved on to my cup of wine now.
All right, fine. I guess I'll grab it too. Okay, so Embers of Naltharion. So what do we have coming? May 2nd is when this thing drops. New zone, Zerilet Cavern. Okay, we talked about this when it was first data mined a little bit. The only thing I really remember from this is huge underground deep home zone and dragon riding like Aladdin's carpet on the Super Nintendo / Sega game.
Yeah, so this is the entirely underground one that you can fly in. There's going to be those cute little guys that have the rootin' tootin' hats, right?
Well, yes, there you go. It's right there in the notes is the Loam Griffin. I'm sorry, the Loam Niffin. The Niffin are little rootin' tootin' pals.
And actually, just I think earlier today or maybe yesterday, they posted on Wowhead that we're getting a new little dude, one of the Niffins that is a vendor for crafting knowledge that you can trade in, and he has a few other things that you can buy, which is kind of cool. So we can get some more knowledge that way.
Cross-faction guilds are coming, which is actually very terrifying to think that that's coming so soon. Why did I think it was farther out? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, when they first said that it was something that they were working on, they heavily implied that it would take them a long time. I believe when the last time we heard them talking about it, before when they announced this, they announced this a month or so ago or something, I think. But when they were first initially talking about the concept of this, I thought it was something that would take an expansion or 2 even.
I'm fully prepared to server transfer our Unomas Horde guild to Proudmoore so these idiots can join our fucking guild, because I'm sick of the split. I'm sick of it.
What are you sick of?
Was it supposed to do something?
He is.
I don't know. What am I supposed to do there? What's the call?
No, you got it. Okay, but what else are we getting on May 2nd?
I got so scared. What happened? What was supposed to go down? I feel so out of the loop. I was taking a picture of my cat.
Wow, this
I
is
was
what
like-
you do during recording?
You know what? Sometimes you two get on a tear, and I said, you know what? Time to take stock of what's in the
It was
room.
a question you could have answered, and now we'll never know the answer. Also, speaking of answers we'll never know, look behind Embers of Naltharion. Look at that beautiful W logo and like the symbol behind it. Like, look how that's a fucking high-res logo.
Guys, I was just gonna ask, why is there a W if it's
What?
Embers of Naltharion?
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Immunization has has our shot destroyed you? I know we haven't taken one in a while.
You know what it is? I think he's sucking on that copium.
Yeah, my head's not on straight because I've just been sipping on that copium.
Yeah, that's why Immune hasn't been pitching in a little bit. It's just because you can hear the whine of his copium tank in the background.
Well, but like for real, do all of the major patch symbols have the Warcraft logo built into them?
like a
know.
stylized one. I really don't know. I cannot. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to say I don't remember it being that way in the announcement images, and then I'll go back and there will be subtle changes every single time, and I'm going to have extreme egg on my face.
Yeah, who knows? But then a week after that, so on May 9th is when Aberrus, the Shadowed Crucible, when the Abbey raid comes out. So this combined with cross-faction guilds is going to be really fucking crazy, because now the Hall of Fame for the Mythic people, now it's the first 200 guilds, 200 groups to clear it. No Horde or Alliance, which means you're going to see 200 Horde fill that baby up in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Also on May 9th, like the raid, I'm excited for that. Like, it's crazy to me that this is just like a month away, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had enough of a break. I haven't had like that month to just like do nothing but fish and WoW. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, admittedly, I feel like I have been slowing down a little bit, and that's why, like, over this last week, I've, like, picked up my Evoker and started trying to gear up Jake Long and American Dragon a little bit, but I feel like in the past, before a new patch came out, I'm like, oh, I've already, like, leveled and geared up, like, 2 or 3 alts.
Yeah, like the 6 weeks we have here, which apparently is just the 6 weeks before the next patch comes out. I was like, yeah, I can't wait till, casually get everyone up to snuff, get ready. Now it's a race to be like, oh God, for no particular reason, I need to get everyone through these things every week because it's like seeing my children for the first time in multiple years. And then it's like, okay, daddy's got to go back to Afghanistan. Like, I got to leave again. I have to spend as much time with my destitute children as I can before I leave for war.
Oh shit, Randleman's back from college for break. What do I do with this fuck?
He is an interesting little boy. I love my man Randleman. It's such a shame that he is firmly in 4th, maybe even 5th place.
It's crazy to say this, but I almost wish they would have not told us this patch was coming until we were like 2 weeks away, so I could live in my like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do land in my head. Because yeah, like I've got 4 alts at 70 now. I had big plans in my head to get like, I'm going to get every single one of my alts to 70 with time locking. Now that I know this is coming out, I'm not going to fucking do that. Why would I do that?
And what's interesting is that, like, I think we talked about this when we first heard about the turbulent time walking or whatever. We were like, oh, I wonder if that's going to line up with when the 10.1 patch is going to come out. And it really is, because, like, we're currently, like, in the 2nd week of it. It's MOP. Next week is on the 11th. We get WAD. And it goes through the 6 weeks. And May 2nd, we're getting Lich King as the last one. And then it's over. So, like, I guess we're still having time walking during the first week of 10.1.
Oh
Poor
my
Bloopert.
God.
He's never going to get his turn in the driver's seat. Bloopert will be forgotten by history forever. He'll get to hang out with Trilini and Walter.
We have to cancel Immune's birthday weekend plans because May 2nd is when this thing comes out, we're planning on partying the 6th? Fuck that. It's canceled. It's over. We gotta play WoW.
That's over. Immune, go
Guys,
hang out with
guys.
your social friends, your hip, cool guys. Slide and I will just be hunkered down playing the World of Warcraft. If you want to have a little I can make you a birthday cake in Stormwind. That's the most I'm gonna do.
Guys, the raid hasn't even opened yet, though.
Zeralet Caverns are gonna be out, and I have to be raid ready. I can't be doing alcoholic shenanigans with you.
I need to get
Aw.
myself ready because you know that weekend is going to be lit. Because not only is it May the 4th be with you,
Yeah.
but it's Revenge of the 5th. It's the I'm trying to think. The 6th Strikes Back. Trying to think of all the Disney holidays they had. They went up to 10.
I mean, okay, thank you for pushing me to this limit. I've officially announcing that I will be perishing before my birthday.
Oh, thank God. Wait, can you do it like a week before that so we can get the funeral out of the way so we can play Embers of Naltharion without any interruptions?
Bring my ashes down into the Zeralek Caverns.
I'll give it to a Niffin and they'll wear it under their hat forever.
Bury my shell.
They'll take their 10-gallon hat off and there your ashes will be. Also, I don't mean to, take advantage of the system for SEO. Can you do it 2 weeks ahead of time? Because I feel like Death of Immune would be a good episode.
Yes.
And then Burial Immune, Remembrance of Immune would be another great one. At the end of patches, our views always go down, our listens go down. So I feel like we really need a boost at that time.
I really hope we're not like cursing something, but if you
Yes,
do
oh my
die,
God, Immune, please stay healthy and stay safe. I love you.
If you do die, we have to superimpose your face over the video of Velen's death. Because when Aaron just said the death of Immune, I just thought of the death of Velen when he dies in WoD.
I'm so mad at myself that like my browser history got erased at some point now, because now when I just start typing in YouTube, that's not the video that it automatically sends me to anymore.
I absolutely love that. Yes, not only was it for so long I was like, that's a bookmark he has. No, it's literally his most viewed. That's his link to YouTube is the Death of Velen video.
His entryway into it's so good.
And then I'm like, well, while I'm here, I might as well watch it.
So I've been really studying this graphic since it's been our main talking point. I got 2 notes here. There's words at the top of the screen that I did not read. Deathwing's legacy endures. Stop any who would claim it. That's kind of hard fucking core.
Yeah, also, isn't Rathian trying to claim it? Isn't
Right?
Sibelian trying
Hello?
to claim it? We're stopping anyone?
I guess they're not claiming his legacy. They want his seat, his little throne.
I don't know. Is this implying that we just need to stop all of the... What are the evil ones that, like, still think that Deathwing's, like, the hot bomb diggity? What are they called?
Why did you... I had this
Twilight?
memorized... No, it's like the Ember
Sundered Flame
scale.
or something
the
like that?
Sundered Flame. It's the Sundered Flame.
Is this a reference to them, then?
This is any, so if you want to claim it, we're stopping you.
Well, yeah, because, spoilers, Sarkareth is the final boss, so it's his guys are specifically sneaking into the vault.
And then also, right underneath both the dates, it says, and more. Okay, but like, how much more? Like, what is the more? Patch notes? Is that what I'm talking about? Like balancing? Or they mean like...
Slide Whistle, you are a content creator. You understand. You put and more, that's how you get them on the hook. Is it 9 additional things? Is it 1 additional thing? Who cares? I said and more. I'm not lying to you now.
I've never and moored.
I mean, and also, like, it'll be, like, the May fashion, like, stuff at the trading post. So, like, there's that. That could be like, oh, that's
Exactly.
obviously what I meant.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of fashion trading posts, should we just do April's right now while we're here?
Oh shit, that's
baby.
true. We're late to the start, but we're gonna keep running.
I feel like they purposely, like, I feel like they, like, Ian has it out for us or something. They announced this shit, like, immediately after we finished recording.
Janus, the god of time, specifically made sure that April happened the weekend after we posted so that we look like a fool.
If you're not familiar for some reason and you haven't gone on down to the trading post in Stormwind or the other place, you can pick up your attendees and you can exchange them for goods and, well, not services from people.
Yes, and if you're new to this fine program, if you're new to this program, you know that every month we review these items and we give them several ratings. We either give them a toot if we like them and maybe we'll buy them. We give them a boot if we don't like them and we will not be buying them. We give them a moot if we are indifferent towards them. And each of us can give one shoot, which is like an insta-lock. We will be buying that. That is the best thing on the table this month.
All right, do you guys open the link? Because now, are we all on the same page this month? Are we all following the same list?
I can confirm that I am on the one that you linked in host chat.
Okay, you're the one I was worried about. First off, we got a pet. It's 600 traders tendies. Egg Bob. Beautiful little chicken and egg. I'm going to give it a toot, but I didn't buy it, and I won't be.
I'm going to give the idea of it a toot. I mean, like, I think it's cool. I feel weird buying the pets because I don't really use battle pets that often. 600 is also a lot, but like I still think it's cool, and like I'm sure the pet people will go apeshit for this little fucker. Toot.
I'm the only one who lives in their truth. That's a moot. I don't hate this guy, but like you both said, I'm not buying him. He's kind of ugly. I don't like him. He's too expensive, but someone will, so that's all I care about.
I might buy it like if he, because remember they're gonna be recycled, so maybe if he's recycled into like a really bad batch, I'll buy him.
Also, I just have to say, one day I will buy that Ragnaros flail. He's still
I was
here.
Gonna say who still has it frozen?
2 to 3 months later.
I still
One
have it
day I
frozen
will.
too.
I'm like, okay, maybe when the day comes that I buy nothing in the trading post, I'm buying that flail. That's my message to myself.
Honestly, I was thinking I might buy it this month, so we'll see.
All right, next up, we got the Reigns of the Magenta Cloud Serpent, which is a neon pink dragon.
Boot.
I give it a boot. It's
I'm
ugly.
tired. It's not even different than any of the other ones that I've already
Color's
had.
different.
Well, it's pink. I'm tired of these guys. They didn't do anything with them. Boot.
Ooh, I feel like that's a little much. I'm gonna give it a moot. I mean, I do like these cloud serpents, but as you guys have both already said, I have a lot of them already, especially since like my mains have all been Pandaren at one point or another.
They don't do anything with them. Like, you can say like, oh, there's a million worms in BFA, but at least like the model was slightly different. Other than the color, every single dragon looks the fucking same.
Well, you also have to remember this, that even the worm, anything worm based or anything long and slender uses this fucking model because it'll stop and it will scratch its head with its invisible dragon foot. So these fucking cloud serpents have been a bane on our existence. They just keep reusing the model like we won't fucking notice. We noticed.
I mean, I know some people are excited about this because it's pretty in pink, but I am not one of those people. So yeah, moot.
Get out of here, Ducky. Your coming of age 80s film.
Next up, the Drape of Forbidding Mists. What's Ducky? Is that a real movie?
It's a supporting character in a 1980s film called Pretty in Pink. It features Molly Ringwald. This one's for you, 40-plus listeners.
Okay.
No, I've seen
I
it.
know now.
It's one of those It's one of the 80s movies by that same director who made all the other 80s movies.
Well, I always had to be like, John Hughes. I was like, a John Carpenter film.
Oops.
Halloween, Pretty in Pink.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a winner, baby. Anyway, this Drip of Forbidding Mists, 100 Traders Tendies. It's a cape. Okay, honestly, I was ready to give it a boot immediately, but looking at it now, it looks like it's pretty sharp. Like, literally. It looks like it's made of metal.
It's sick as fuck. I will not be getting it, so moot. But, like, there's not a lot of other things, so when April late 20s shows up, maybe it's coming home with me.
I'm in the same boat here. I'm going to give it a moot. I will say it's one of the more unique cape things that they've had in the trading post so far. It does just look like some daggers on your back.
They need to... Okay, I have a suggestion for Ian, so I know they listen. You need to give us an option for backs and capes to hide items to hide weapons if I want to, because I can have a badass cape, but if I'm forced to sheath a sword on my back, the sword just covers up the cape, right? Like I have no option but to hold it in my hand every time.
Especially for casters. Yeah, like just get rid of it. Like specifically like, well, I guess evokers you wouldn't see this, but like the elf form of evoker, it's like you're not using your blade because you turn into a dragon and it disappears. So yeah, I should be able to just have this thing without my big mace showing up.
I bet you anything that will come the minute somebody in their team brings it up, because like I haven't thought about that until now. It's a good idea, me. Good job, me.
Wow, you did it. And you know what else I will be doing?
What?
What?
I will be buying the fine white evening gloves. This one's getting a toot from me. I mean, sexy white gloves up to like almost to, like your shoulder. Like, yeah, I could find some uses for this.
Yeah, I mean, have I logged into it yet? No. But has Garlina bought it because she's in her slut pop era? Yes. That is a toot for me as well. It is borderline shoot, even though it's so plain and so mundane. Just because, like, yes, honey.
I'm gonna give it a moot. It just makes your
That's
arms.
fine.
It just makes your arms look white. If you wear the wrong thing with it, it just makes it look like you got white arms. There needs to be like a little cuff or something on the wrist, or some kind of ribbing. I don't know, some little extra detail.
Slide whistle, I think that you're trying to mog a little too much clothing with this.
Oh, so am I not being slutty enough with this?
That Also, I was about to say, how many ladies you got? Because I was like, I guess
Sorry,
if you're
can
a
only
guy,
ladies wear fine white evening gloves? Is that
well,
what you're saying?
you know what? That's what I was saying, because I was about to be like,
Wow.
does this show up for the gentleman? Because this is kind of a slender little lady transmog,
Wow,
and I guess you
wow.
don't have as many of them.
Have you seen evoker male form's arms? They're skinnier than this lady's arms.
That is true. They are the twinklingest of stars.
This lady's arm is actually like, look how big her arm is. It's humongous. Lady humans are crazy.
Well, yeah, like they need to wield very, very large swords. Did they ever fix that?
No, it's still really big. And next up we have, I'm gonna group them as one: the Forsaken Crescent and the Watchman's Flare. They're like torches you hold.
Yeah. For anyone who's not actively looking at home, Watchman's Flare is a standard red fire. Forsaken Crescent is a green one.
I'm gonna actually give these a toot. I've already made my purchases today my purchases in period at the trading post, and I kind of just glanced over these without looking, but this is a sick mog. It being in the offhand slot is kind of rough because good luck, who knows if you can use it or not, you know?
Yeah, I'm also going to give them both a 2. I like things like this. Again, like, I agree with Slide Whistle that these are things that I just, like, overlooked when I just, like, quickly glanced at the thing at the trading post earlier this week. And I probably will be going back to buy one, or if not both of them, because they're only 100 each. That's, like, pretty cheap.
It's emphasis on you saying one or the other. Watchman's Flare, standard fire, fire mage, love that. That's a toot. Forsaken Crescent, I ain't no motherfucking warlock. That's a moot. I won't say I dislike it, but I don't have anyone in my active rotation that would work with.
I was thinking the same thing with the Crescent, but then I was like, very specific niche uses. You could make a really, really good transmog with this and the Headless Horseman's head thing during Halloween. You could be spooky.
You're right, and I distinctly remember, like, one of my favorite cloth sets. I don't remember where it was from. I think it's from Wrath, and it's like the one with like the dragon spike shoulders that breathe like fell flame fire. And I feel it, and it has like a few other things that are like green on it. It's like a red robe. I feel like this would go well with it. So I'm gonna have to try some things out here.
Coming in with another 100 Traders Tendies, the Honed Bastard Sword. It's just a traditional looking sword. It's in gray, a model we do not have with this color wooden handle. I don't want to give it a boot, but I'm gonna give it a boot. You could buy cheaper transmog with your gold at the auction house, and there's no point.
I too am going to boot it. I know some of these guys, they like to sneak in some low fantasy guys, but this is like subterranean fantasy. This guy already exists in WoW, I'm pretty sure, without you having to spend a tenth of your monthly tokens.
Yeah, I'm gonna round it out with a third boot here. You're basic,
It's good for like new players, I think, because new players, like, we have the adventurous transmog from doing, like, we hunted those down, right? So yeah, whatever. Next up at 175 tendies, One-Handed Fist, the Fists of Polar Fury.
This is my shoot. I don't even know if I got a guy who can use this, but this shit looks really cool. This is my shoot for the month.
Okay, so I will say here it looks a lot better. When in game, is it just my computer and my settings? It looked super low res.
Well, wait, what are you giving it? What are you giving it before you answer those questions for you?
Oh, I'm just gonna give it a normal 2 because I do think it's still cool. Like, I think it's cool that you can have just like literally this. Is it like a bear, like a howling bear, as your fist that's made of ice?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's basically a bear. I'm giving it a boot. I think it costs too much, and because I have the better versions of it. I have the version that's literally just a bear head. It's just a bear head. Brown
is this
bear.
a recolor and I don't know because I don't play Agi classes?
It's a recolor. It's a big recolor. It's a BC era recolor, I believe. That's why it looks so bad, because I think the base item may come from troll dungeon that we don't go to very long.
Zul'Gurub.
Yes, I believe it's like a Zul'Gurub item, I think, which is probably classic, right?
Well, no, Zul'Gurub is BC, but it's like early BC. It's like 2.1. Well, I won't rescind my shoot. I still think it's pretty cool before I knew that knowledge, but there's something else that was shoot adjacent that I'll mention later.
Okay, well, up next we have the red pith helmet. Is this like a mining hat that's red?
I think it's like a safari hat.
Yeah, it's safari.
Like, yeah. Boot. It's fine. I don't care about this guy.
I gave it a 2 and I bought it. I already own this hat. It's just a little adventuring hat. Like, I already have this hat basically. Well, no, I don't have a pith helmet because I sometimes want to look like. Oh my god, I want to look like Alan. No, not Alan Abernathy. That's Toy Soldiers. What is the name in Jumanji? What is his? Alan Parrish. I want to be Alan Parrish's father in Jumanji.
This reference goes over me because I have not seen Jumanji.
You have not seen Jumanji?
His abusive dad that he sees the hunter as.
Oh, write Jumanji on your whiteboard behind you, Mune, right now. I didn't know you hadn't seen the original Jumanji.
I like that you snuck in like the extra like spicy pronunciation. I didn't know you were a fan of Jumanji.
It is a little expensive, but I bought. I can make a cool jungle side of this.
It's literally the same price as the bare hands, both of which I consider too expensive personally.
Well, I'm gonna give it a moot. I mean, like, I don't hate it, but I probably won't buy it. I don't know. We'll see.
So next up is the Crimson Nexus Crescent, which is a two-handed axe. This guy looks sick as fuck. I'm going to assume this is a BC recolor as well, just because it screams BC. I'm going to say I don't want this guy. I'm not buying it, but just aesthetically, that's a toot for me. That's a cool guy.
Same here. I'm also going to toot it, but like, I don't think that I have a character that can use it. Who can use two-handed axes again?
Warriors,
DKs, warriors, and
evokers.
Can they? Can paladins? Could
yes,
a ret paladin?
Paladins can for sure. Evokers, maybe axes are the one things we can't use two-handed. I forget. I'm gonna give this a shoot because I already purchased it as well, and it looks. I have no idea if it's a recolor or not. I don't own the original item, so it's a shoot for me. And it matches Scarlet Crusade-based outfits. It looks so good with the DNR tabard. I mean, it's called the DNR tabard now, right? That's our tabard now.
DNR bird.
I was messing around with some plate sets for it. I think this has it also has its own special effect like baked into it. So you know how like you can like enchant an item? There's like it like sucks. It like has like a sucking wind that spirals into the middle of the gem in the middle of the axe, which looks pretty cool. Next up, we got some books for the learned readers out there. The Library of Righteous Light and the Tome of Cinderai Secrets. One's a blue book with a hammer, and one's a red book with some shit on it. They're both $225. I am going to give them a moot because, yeah, they look cool and they're books, but I'm never buying this. I'm never buying an offhand for that much. No, thank you.
Well, I'm going to give them boots for the same reason. I have better books than this. I don't need these books.
I have better books. I'm going to give a boot to both of them. But Librem of the Righteous Light, that gets a standard boot. Tome of Cinderai Secrets, that gets a super boot. Not only is that a boring book, but that's a boring horde book. Those illiterate fucks, they have nothing worth reading. Fuck them.
Super boot.
Well, up next we have the Gilded Draconid Morningstar. It's a one-handed mace for 450 tendies. It is like has like dragon horns and it's like on fire. What do you guys think of this one?
Mooch.
I'm going to give it a moot, but only because I own this in Not on Fire. It comes from the final boss of Dragon Soul. It is pretty cool. I do like it, but I already own it, so that's kind of bootish, but this one's on fire, so it's like, well, maybe it's neat.
Well, I'm going to give it a moot because I don't really have an opinion on it. I also just want to say that I find it fucking hilarious that Slido only immediately was just like very confidently moot with no description as to why, and then we just like kept going on.
I have criteria when I'm dealing with one-handed weapons, especially when you're dealing with a mace, right? What are you doing? You're beating your enemy over the head with this, but it's so short. It's so short that you're getting your hands so close to a dragon. Extend the arm a little bit. Be a longer one-handed mace. Also, why buy this when you could buy the one-handed flail mace for twice the cost? It looks twice as cool. I don't know.
That is if you have been holding on to it since what? Fucking like February.
Well, I know
like apparently all. I was like, apparently all we have.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd rather buy that instead of this. So
next up, we got the ensemble. Comes with 2 pieces: the trappers, munitions. They're both back pieces, or is this confirmed? Has anybody bought this yet? Are they both back pieces? It's obviously a 2.
They are both back pieces. For whatever reason, Growlina is only capable of wearing the. And you know what? They show a male with the quiver, and they show a woman with like the little thing. I really hope this thing is not gendered.
You bought this thinking you could wear the quiver on your mage?
No, I have not bought it yet. Oh. But when I wore it, when I modeled it on my mage, it was just the little like short like crossbow bolts on the butt. I really hope this thing isn't gendered.
Okay, well, first off, I want to say, Aaron, this is hunter specific, so Growlina wouldn't be able to wear it anyway.
Well, yes, that was going to tie into what I say, but continue.
Second off, this is my shoot of the week, and y'all can say what you want. Like, yes, it's a quiver, and yes, it's a back piece, and it's not gendered because like Metalhead can wear either of them, and I just want to support them adding quivers to the game. I fucking love quivers.
Well, I was going to say this was my shoot adjacent, but overall toot, because it is super cool. I just wish that I had hunters that I could actively use it on, because Papa Steen and Grumbins of Grumbins Legal are not getting a lot of love. But this is pretty cool. If I had a hunter that I liked more, this would have been an instant buy.
I think I did buy this. I spent a lot of Trader's Tendies this week, and I'm like, I gotta stop buying shit so much.
Yeah, I think I need to be a little more conservative if I ever want to fucking unfreeze that like flail. But I don't know. Like this Trapper's Munitions is the only thing I bought so far this month.
And last up on the list, it's my super boot. Actually, no, mine's gonna be a big boot from the big show. Ensemble, Corrupted Rune Lord's Regalia. Cloth garbage for your garbage character. I don't care. It looks bad. It has a skirt.
For 750 things. I'm not buying it because I'm booting it because it looks very plain and also has a hood, so it's not going to work on my main cloth character, boot.
Okay, well, I'm going to give this one the golden boot of the week on my behalf. And, yeah, this shit is fucking ugly. How insulting of them to make this 750 fucking tendies. The last ensemble that they gave us was that really cute pirate one.
This is incorrect. Immunization forgot about the fell chain set from last month, but, like, honestly, I don't blame them.
Was that the same price as this?
I believe so. I
mean, if it was more so worth it. I bought it because, like, that was nice looking. This looks old and crusty and... yeah.
I think this is either Legion or Legion recolor. It's giving me some kind of Stormheim vibe, Rune Lord, something about, I don't know. I also, if I never, ever will purposely mod my character into like a robe or a dress if I can help it, or if it doesn't look as cool, because whenever you ride a mount, it just, everything clips with it. There's too much clipping with it. No, thank you.
Well, that leads us into our last item, which is, I believe, the one you get just from completing enough activities for the month, and it's called the bonus. Yeah, it's the bonus award. It's the transmog of the Arsenal, the Blades of a Loon. It is two one-handed swords.
Yes.
I like them. I'll give them a solid 2.
Wait a minute. Have we traditionally made this option shootable? I don't think this option's shootable, right?
Why not?
I don't know. I just felt last time we judged on what we could get what we spend tendies on, right?
This is also incorrect. Not only did we cover the Silly Billy Harlequin outfit last month, we in fact all shooted it. So, yeah, this counts.
I guess if we're doing that, this is shoot adjacent.
Okay, no, I am writing it into the rules of our monthly fashion photo review of the Trader's Post. The bonus reward is able to be friendly fired upon. You can shoot it.
Well, then I'm going to give it a boot because everyone's going to fucking have it. So who cares?
You really fucking let us on there.
So I too am going to boot this thing, but only because in my random assortment of characters, and I have fucking billions of these guys, I don't have anyone that can use this thing to its like biggest extent. The only character I have that can do one-handed swords specifically is Booty ATW, and you have to choose between the two, and I feel like the effect is lessened if you don't have both of them. So what, like I need to get like Walter on the scene? My Frost DK, he's the only guy who can do 2 swords at the same time.
You know, okay,
I don't care. I don't care about, also it's druid imagery, but I don't care about this thing personally.
I was thinking the same thing.
Do I have it? Do I have it because I'm epic and I love to get traders tenders? Yes. Will I use it? Probably not.
Yeah, I was like, who can use these 2 swords together? Like, I guess rogues and
a Windwalker monk.
Who cares? But then I said that, and then I'm like, well, look at the swords. They don't even necessarily look like they match. So the front one seems to be like all nature based, and the back one is like a sword that's becoming wrapped in nature. So actually, you can kind of just look at this as 2 different one-handed sword transmogs for your one-handed sword collection. You're a mage. You have one-handed options there.
I cannot use these guys. I guess I would need to specifically get a one-handed sword, so that's different, but I have not seen a magic one-handed sword in the entirety of Dragonflight yet.
I didn't think about that either.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, they differentiate daggers from swords.
Hey, Blizzard, loosen the transmog restrictions. I know you said you were going to do it slowly. If we can get cross-faction guilds, you can reduce the fucking transmog limitations by this point. I'm not saying do it by class. All I'm saying is if you can use the weapon, let you choose what you transmog, what's in your hands. Who cares? Like, just let me do it.
My main thing is that, like, why if I have, like, a main hand, offhand, can't I T-mog a staff? That's something that I've been fucking angry at for so long.
Yeah, they need to just give you that ability, just like they need to give us the ability to hide a weapon sheathed on our backs. Casters unite, let's fuck them up. Storm the Capitol. Storm the BlizzCon.
No.
Wait. I take that back.
I am going to do a J6 because the critics don't like the Mario movie.
Oh my god.
I am going to J6 their offices.
Can we talk about this for a minute? Have you read any of the reviews, Aaron?
I've seen some video reviews.
Oh my god.
And it's literally okay. So I'm coming at this as an animated movie fan, but also a Sonic fan. So originally I was like, haha, the Mario movie is getting bad reviews. Sonic wins. But I looked into the reviews and they were like, there was no one I could identify with in this movie because they're all animated. And I was like, is Sonic only getting better reviews because James Marsden was in it? Like, were reviewers like, thank God there's a human in this thing so I can rest my brain.
Okay, dude. The minute this shit dropped, I was on top. I was like, what are they saying about this? Are the British the most unhappiest film reviewers in the world?
Yes.
Did you see the British review for this movie from the BBC?
No, I didn't. I've only seen like YouTube people and it's stupid shit. Like it's like Mario and Luigi seem pretty close. What are they, gay? It's like they're the Mario brothers.
Okay, well, I think we're far enough in the episode that it's fine that we can talk about this. Sorry, folks, this is gonna be a little bit skip forward like 6 minutes or something. It starts off with this dude. I literally had to go find the articles. I'm so mad about it. The disappointing part is that this missable new cartoon is directed by Aaron Hovarth and Michael Jelenic, the makers of the brilliantly zany Teen Titans Go. But every 10-minute episode of Teen Titans Go had more ideas in it than the whole of the Mario film. First of all, chill the fuck out. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, like, as we found out recently, Teen Titans Go is actually pretty okay.
They're 10-minute episodes. They're so short. It's ridiculous to even say that.
My only thing, and I have nothing against the Mario film. I will watch it. However, if you want to wait for not even 1 month, it is coming to it's coming to
what are you doing?
Services.
No,
like May
to see the movie
9th.
Films to combat these reviews.
I mean. As much, well, no, I'm not going to be like, we got to show up, we got to trick the reviewers. No, fuck. The Mario movie already made $250 million. Fuck it. It's like it made its budget back.
Okay, wait.
But
listen to this though. Poor Luigi is captured by the monstrous Bowser, who has a name which suggests he's a dog. My dude, you never heard of Bowser before?
But, like, even more than that, continue on with what else they don't fucking know about. Like, why are these people reviewing this movie if they have no concept about what the Mario universe is at all?
He tells at the end, he tells the viewer, he says, any adults accompanying these children may wish they were watching the Hoskins and Leguizamo film instead. The original Super Mario Bros. Movie from '93, which sucked ass.
my big thing is so many people have been like, okay, it just keeps going and going and going, and there's no real time for plot, which is like fair. It's an Illumination film, but I would prefer that versus being slow. Like if you just throw like hyper sugar visuals at me, and I'd be like, damn, I definitely did just waste an hour and 48 minutes. I'd prefer that versus like sitting in the theater falling asleep.
I just remember like one review I saw of this, and like their main complaint was like, you know, they don't explain anything about this. They hop into this green tube, and then it teleports them to maybe a different universe or something. They didn't explain that. I was entirely lost.
I am flabbergasted at a normie who doesn't know Mario.
I mean, that's crazy.
Like, Mario is so basic.
Like, what does he do? Jump in pipe?
You literally, it is in your DNA. You have to know what Mario does. When people are like, I love the Mario fandom, I kind of laugh because it's like, what fandom? Like, what is he doing? But like, that's because he's so universal. So when people are like, he's collecting coins and jumping on a turtle, that seems pretty rude. It's like, what are you doing that you don't understand?
It's what's
the Red Plumber
so
Man.
So good about Mario is like he doesn't even need a fandom to be alive. Unlike Sonic, he could just like exist.
This is incorrect. Slide Whistle is just lashing out because his film has a 44% on the Rotten Tomatoes, while the Sonic Supremacy stands true at a powerfully weak 69%. And that's the first film. The second film did even better. Maybe Mario can bring the heat next time, that's all I'm saying.
But also, Seth Rogen fought the directors to include the DK rap, and they included the DK rap.
And then they didn't.
It's in there. It's in there.
Well, no, it's in there, but they said from Donkey Kong 64. And as someone who follows all the Rare guys, they're like, I mean, I wrote the song, like I remastered it for the film. Could you credit me? And they were like, I don't think so.
Well, I don't blame him for that. I mean, Rare's been a pretty shitty studio.
Hey! They did shit at the time. My man's put in hard work. It's apparently iconic enough that they brought it back for the Mario movie.
Donald Trump's iconic. Does that mean he should be given everything he wants?
No, I
don't think so.
Hey, all I'm saying is put some respect on my man Grant Kirkhope's name. He wrote the Ardenweald theme. There you go. Brought it back to work.
Hey, we're back, folks. 6 minutes, I think, exactly have passed. Maybe a little longer.
That is also a fact, by the way. He wrote the Ardenweald
That's
theme.
crazy. That's actually insane to go from that to that.
Yeah, it's wild. I remember my lives are really aligning at that moment when like my N64 Rare life met with my Warcraft life. And I was like, wow! And then everyone's like, did you write Dragonflight music? And he was like, no, they kicked me out. And I was like, fair enough.
Oh. Do a Dragonflight rap. No, I can't. Please. Come on, do a DF rap.
DF. Dragonflight.
Take it to the fridge! Rathian.
So we did an alt raid this week with our raid, get our alts up, but like the whole time that I was like, that's kind of weird, because like last week we kind of mentioned getting some other people through AOTC who don't have it, and the other group probably won't be able to do it, which is I just now have realized for the first time in our guild's history, one raid group will not have succeeded AOTC on their own.
It super stinks, but it's entirely just because our raid has done it enough that people want to show up on like extra guys, and their raid, so many people have left or jumped ship that they don't have the forces to like show up. So 10, 11 refugees show up to our raid, and it's like, I don't think we have the beef at this moment anymore to help you out anymore.
And it's also kind of annoying to me personally because, like, I know that, like, this Razaketh bow is, like, not much of a make it or break it anymore, but I'm still at least plugging it on Heroic every week to just have an extra chance at it because it still is technically better than what I have. And the fact that, like, our group is bringing alts and then we're also having to, like, I don't want to say carry.
No,
I don't want to say carry because, like, they need to straight up be taught the fight even. So like once they know it, it won't be a carry. But like you know what I mean. It's annoying that like we can't kill it on our normal raid week here because of that combination of items that I just mentioned, and it's a little annoying. So I'll have to do it on my own time if I want.
I mean, like I will. It is a carry now. It's hard because like it's not a bad thing because like we're done with the tier, right? We got AOTC. We're like our third or fourth alt run in. So like it isn't the end of the world. It is just annoying that I'm like, how do you still have people that are 374 geared and like it's not just one of you, it's like a couple of you. And then the other group, they gave up. I think they were just doing achievements that night. And I was like, guys, like make a run. Like, I don't know. But probably the announcement of the next patch coming out, things are now accelerating faster than usual. So, well, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles.
All I know is that I was a good little boy and I showed up on my main. I did everything I need to. Next week, if we raid, you'll all have to drag me around. Fucking Randleman will be there, and he'll have a blue number.
I mean, for the record, I had my Evoker up until the last two, and then I just knew since I would have to be doing eggs, I swapped over to my Hunter, then onward. And also Brood gave us a little bit of trouble anyways. So I'm glad that Slide had switched his main too on there. And then I obviously, like, several of us had to switch to our mains for attempting Razageth. So, and then we didn't even kill her.
Yeah, wait, here. I don't want to steal your thunder. Let's go into our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. I've got a nice little medium moot of the week.
Ooh, what's your medium?
Medium moot.
My medium moot is 2 evoker staffs dropped on our Diurna heroic kill, and I was able to get a second staff. So now I have one that has speed, and now I have one that has avoidance. So I have 4% tertiary stat choice for the remaining 5 weeks of the expansion. But, I wish I would have had it a little earlier. It's a little late now to be getting it, but, I'll take it.
Boo!
Oh, sorry, do you have a top toot, bottom boot, medium moot for us today?
Yeah, it's also a medium moot, but not anything regarding this raid.
Oh, I thought you were going to have a bottom boot because you specifically switched from your evoker, who does not have an evoker staff, and you missed out on not 1, but 2 staffs dropping.
Fine, okay, that can be the bottom boot portion of my medium moot. Are you happy now?
Yes.
Okay, but then my top toot to round it out to a medium moot is just, as we mentioned earlier in the podcast, the patch cycle has felt really good, like almost too good, and it's like, damn, I got so much to do still, and like we only have a few weeks left before the next patch comes out. Like I'm not getting portals, I just realized, because like it's just not happening.
We can still make a portal run. There's still literally a month left to get portals. Like, if we really wanted to buck up and be serious about, like, we're honestly not that far off. I have Shadow and Burial Grounds, the easiest one.
Yeah, don't we already have that though? I think that's the only one we have.
No, I'm saying I have that portal. That's what I'm saying. I have the portal, not the keystone.
Oh yeah.
I think we could get him. Like, if once Ahoy's on and once he's able to run keys by, like, what, I think the 3rd week out, we should be fine. Like, if you really want them, we can get them.
But like, that's the thing. I don't know that I care as much as I did in the past. I don't know why.
No, I also kind of don't care because, like, we just did it casually, right? We would just log on. It'd be like a 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Oh, we're running keys. Let's all run keys. But like, I feel like we've all kind of gotten into like, oh, the patch is coming soon. Why? What's the point? We'll just wait.
Yeah. So like overall though, it's good. Like the game is healthy. I think it feels like it's just coming quickly. And I wasn't prepared. I don't know why I'm not prepared. Like they announced this, and we still have time. But like, it's coming soon though, which is good. Aaron, what do you got?
Well, I have a top toot this week.
Toot.
First of all, this is unrelated to the top toot, but I just remembered. Last episode, I said I would give a formal shout out to my good friend who met me on the Forbidden Reach, which ended up being my good friend, Big Bear 13. He revealed that it was in fact him who met me on the Forbidden Reach. So thanks, Big Bear. Also, my official top toot is I'm slowly, begrudgingly dragging myself to understanding Mistweaver.
How's that been going?
Wigglestein, my monk, has been Mistweaver. He's shifted around a lot, but that's sort of where he has fallen. And I was like, you know what? I don't really understand. Time for me to go to 4th host of the podcast, Jamonkey, and just straight up ask.
I was just gonna ask if you reached out to her. I was like, we have somebody that can help you out.
Yes, specifically Gnomish Mistweaver extraordinaire Jamonkey, and she was just like, do this, specialize on this, focus on this. And I was like, wow, all of a sudden things make sense. And I'm doing time walking dungeons with him. I just did 7 today, and I was like, boy, oh boy, this is neat. It's nice to finally actually understand what I'm doing. So now my call to action is any protection warriors, help me out, brother. Booty ATW, it feels like actual work to do things with her. I need some more help on that one.
Hello, Prot Warrior Hay here. I Prot Warriored some 14 and 13 keys the other day. Get a 4 set, I think is the solution.
I don't
to your
trust
problem,
you.
probably.
That's not a good solution.
What do you mean it's not a good solution? Get a 4 set. How's it not a good solution? Do you know what it does? Whenever you cast revenge, you just get ignore pain. That's it. You can ignore pain for free.
I'm going
It's a
to
2-in-1 button.
ignore you and continue on with the show, which is thanking our $5 a month patrons and others. They include Command Sergeant Major Turturla, fourth host of the podcast Monkey. Hey, I just talked about her. Ahoy Vince, NSYNC/Drag Race, Azarin, Digital Dave, Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Cardicay, Saracen Hawk, Sasha sends soup. Big Fat Ugly Bug Face Baby Eating Adorno says, I. Baby Gersh Myth Gersh, new patron. Wooly.
Wow.
Big Bear 13, Muv, Adaman, Ickis, Novadark, SSDB, same soup, different bowl. Vanderlyle, D. Gibson, Generational Talent, Smurf to Base God, Slide Whistle says,
Feet as wide as soup bowls. I mean, fuck Craig.
and Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
That is a real thing said about Omos's feet at WrestleMania. He's got feet as wide as soup bowls. What the fuck does that mean? If you have any comments, questions, you can explain what a foot the size of a soup bowl looks like, send it to donotrelenttpod@gmail.com or email me personally at navarrocoffin@gmail.com. Where are you guys at?
Well, first off, I want to say shout out to the Homo sapiens, but you can find me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. You can find our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent, and you can join our podcast Discord by going to DoNotRelent.com.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Bigacheesy on Twitter.com. You can read the show's literary musings at DoNotRelent.LiveJournal.com. And you can watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. Are you a Walking Dead Telltale fan? Well, I'll be starting Season 4 soon, so brush up on your homework, waggling finger.
But actually, just get a 4-set. Like, it's really easy to get a 4-set with the catalyst converter and the elemental overflow gear.
Probably, yeah, but I need to get catalyst converter books for my
What do
cape.
you mean? No, you
So
already
that-
have the
so
bugs. You have the
No,
bugs.
I don't have-
Their account, you already spent them?
I spent them all,
On what?
on aesthetics for my warrior.
What? You up transmog? Well, there you go.
Anyways, I need to get one more on Growlina for her cape so she can complete the set. But that's neither here nor there, because you know where we are? The end of the episode. The theme is blaring in the background.
Oh, the man's coming. No.
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.